We'll do it while we're dinking. So let me move the camera over here so we can get a better look.
I'm going to have to work on this for a bit. So you're going to see a spazzy angla for a bit.
That's fine. That's what we're supposed to do here. All right. So I'm just going to move you around a little bit. We're going to dink in one side, one box.
Just do it friendly, okay?
Yeah,
just
while
I try to think about this.
I'm going to move you around. Not every shot, but I am going to move you around just so that you learn to plant before you hit your dink. That's okay. So,
you know what I did? I went, don't move.
Yeah.
I went, you didn't move before you hit it, so now you have no choice but to hit it like this.
Yeah. And that's part of the learning process. I call it finding out where your range is, right?
I find it a fucking brain fart. Sorry, my paddle's not working. My feet are.
You're thinking about your feet. That's fine.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Plant.
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 Plant. Sorry. Plant.
Plant. Ah. Plant.
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 Plant. Sorry.
Okay.
Plant.
Plant. Plant.
Plant.
Plant.
Plant.
Plant.
Plant.
Plant.
Plant.
Plant.
Plant.
Plant.
Plant.
Plant.
Or we could say set, right? Set.
Could say what? Set?
Set.
Huh?
Right? Set. Hit. Set. Hit.
Any verbal cue you want to use.
Was that correct?
That was correct. Yeah.
Was it 100%?
It's 100%. So now let's think about this. Sometimes you're going to plant in slightly the wrong position because you misread how the ball was coming, or the spin, or it ticks a net, or there's a gust of wind or whatever. You're not going to change your plant, especially in this close range. So you need to learn. This is why I tell people you need to learn to hit every shot open, closed, and neutral. Is because once you've made your decision on your plant or your setup, now you got to take the ball, whatever happens, right? It might be a high kick, something might happen, so you just got to take it in that position. So learning to be planted is the first step. The second step is learning to take the ball with last minute adjustments. So if you watch this in slow motion, what we just did, you'll see that there were some shots where I went plant, and I was prepared to take the ball here, and I was like, oh shit, it's going somewhere else, so I had to change my racket hand. So there's might be a little bit of a weight shift, right? The racket might change hands. I might decide to take it between my legs. I might have to reach back. But you commit to that plant so that you're stable and stationary, and then you make the stroke, whatever. And over time, you hope that your read gets better so that you make more correct decisions.
So once I plant, you don't want me to move?
No, once you commit.
Can we do a little diagonal of the same thing?
Once you commit to your setup, just reach, right? And over time, you'll start to read better, and your setups will become better. Set up. Set up. Set up. Set up. Set up. Set up. So there, I set up and read it wrong. The ball was coming too deep. I lived with it, okay?
And those funky little ones, though, I'm caught off guard.
But that was going out. You could have just let it go.
Okay.
Stuff is going to happen. You're going to get caught
Yes.
off guard. You're going to misread stuff. That happens.
I know, but you told me to not move my setup.
Yeah.
And that one I just automatically did.
Yeah. By learning not to move your setup, it's going to make your brain better at predicting.
Yeah.
Right? You want to, especially this early period where you're learning to read and determine what your setup should be, you want to commit to a setup and see what the outcome is.
Yeah.
Right? This helps you figure out the edges of your range, right? So that you're not going to be able to always predict exactly where you need to set up. You want to think about it in terms of, rather than a spot, you want to think about it in terms of a zone. Okay, I'm going to need to set up wide. So you move out, you do your wide setup, and then the ball comes in, and then you have to make your last minute exact spot adjustments with your racket. But you don't want to be moving, so you live with whatever setup you got. Okay?
Right now. Ha.
And I'm going to try and move you a little bit. So you have to make some decisions. Okay. So you committed to a setup, and you had to stick with it, right? But you learned something from that.
You know what I think is also happening?
Huh.
The ball is slowing down.
Yep.
I know you're hitting it friendly, but I'm here, I'm set up. Weirdly, I'm set up somehow-ish.
Yep.
And then I can just watch the ball.
Yep.
So now I've got all this like figured out, and now I can kind of like peripherally decide more.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's exactly right.
Right? It slows the ball, right?
Right on the backhand side now.
Does it slow the ball for you?
Yes, anybody who's set while the ball's still coming has time to read and think and process.
Exactly.
If you're only arriving at the last possible second, the game's going to be really fast for you.
Okay.
Right? So that's why I say commit to a spot, get into that setup, and then wait for the ball to come in and make your last minute adjusting decisions there. Uh-oh. That one I misread and had to take a stutter step out to the outside, so.
You're funny. You think I'm looking at you? I've got too much going on right here, buddy.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm supposed to be friendly, aren't I?
That's all right.
I'm actually thinking I'm super fucking cool now.
As long as you're planting, I don't care what you're doing.
Right? Oh! That was
What was that?
stupid as hell. Whoops.
Set. 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 Oh! Set. Oh, nice.
All right, I got all excited there.
What's that?
I got all excited there. So I hit him hard at you.
Okay.
Sorry, I got really excited. Because, oh, sorry.
Let's do a pickup. Good time to do a pickup.